once again, Friday the 13th, but you know, I know not everybody's like, oh, it's Friday the 13th.
Where do you find so much energy after working all day?
I don't know, because I am tired. I am beat, but you know, I get excited, all the people on the channel, and I found it, Will, even though it looks like Godzilla took a bite out of the book.
Trash Bag wants to know what your intro music is.
My intro. That intro music was on a site where I'm pretty sure that intro music was that.
Sweater.
I used to use the I'm Everywhere song, but that song is copywritten and causes lots of problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't use that song anymore, but that one that's on there is I'd have to find it. It's still on that website, which I can't remember the name of right off the bat. But I don't want to use that. I need to update the intro, obviously, but I need to use, I don't mind using the same song, really. So I think it's still there. I'll have to find out what it's called, because I don't remember.
The elbows are blocked because I'm cold, but give me a little bit of time to get into this bourbon.
Let me get my camera going.
I will bust the elbows out for you.
I did not get a chance to get that going, so I'm going to get that going. And then I can show Will, since Will's name was in the title, so I figured, yeah, he's going to show up because his name's in the title. That's...
Not that we've seen, Neil. I don't... No, not that we've seen.
Now, Harry sent me some pictures during the week. He bought some batteries from, doesn't matter which store. They're starting to mark the batteries now to not use in a vape device. We mean what title? Scubas Hangout, Friday the 13th. Will Fly, I found it. That's the title, Will, of the show tonight. How did you miss that?
Anyways. Now, doesn't it make you feel good that you spend so much time trying to think up a catchy title and nobody even notices?
Right? Nobody even looks at the title. I get you. So apparently these battery companies now are either being forced to or required to put a warning label on their batteries to tell you not to use them in a vape device. I don't want people thinking that, oh my God, I can't use these to vape with because it says so on the battery.
If you've ever read the website when you order batteries, it's got a disclaimer anyway.
Now they're probably required to put them on the battery itself, which I think is a little... Okay, this is the thing, right? Most of the batteries that we used to get a long time ago from China, Ultra Fire, Trust Fire, Gonna Catch on Fire, any of them fire batteries were very low amp batteries.
But not too many people were doing sub-ohm at that point in time either.
So now that we're sub-ohming, most batteries that you can buy now are all above 20 amp batteries, which I highly doubt, unless you're vaping a mech mod or something mechanical, you're probably not going to overload your battery.
Or if you put them in your pocket.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have an issue. Do not worry about that stupid warning they're putting on the batteries. You can still use the batteries. They're the same batteries they were as before. They just put a stupid label on there now.
And Ed, I'm trying to hide all the boxes behind me because that's where all my Christmas shopping is. So it looks like a UPS store.
The first picture I want to show you, I'll show you other pictures, but I want you to see this one because this is this is probably my favorite picture. This is me when I was little because Will Fly wanted to see me. I found my old family album, which apparently my ex-wife took all my other photos. So this is the only pictures I have of me young, which y'all probably are not going to believe it's me. I'm sure you could
probably ask her to send you some of them out of the photo albums.
Who knows? You may believe it's not me, but trust me, if you look, it's me. So, really? Why did the camera look like that? It doesn't look like that on my screen.
See, I see dark. Luke in that picture.
You see Luke in that picture? That is way too close, by the way. So yeah, that's me young. Even look at the shirt, man. With the ring for zipper ring. That's old school right there. Which this is I was 5 years old, which my mom wrote in the bottom. Little Scuba, yeah. Oh, I got even smaller Scuba.
Well, younger. I wouldn't say smaller.
Smaller Scuba. Like just say we go back to the beginning. The very first picture, for some reason, is me playing baseball. I was the pitcher for the A's. So that was me, and my teeth are looking all big and huge right there. And this was at Midway Baseball Field, which eventually closed down. Over here is they have a swimming pool, and that's where I took swimming lessons and started my journey as a big old swimmer. That's 11 years, 8 months, and that was in 1980, apparently. So that was one of the pictures kind of chewed up on the edge, but you can't tell because it's not showing up. Here's the big photo of all the rest of the team. And where am I at? I'm the dorky looking one over here, with my hat pulled down. I was trying to do the new style. Yeah, look, go A's, 1980. Well, there you go. So one of my favorite teachers when I was young was Miss Fowler. This is Miss Fowler. This is from the 3rd grade, and that's me in a little suit. Now, I think this is funny because this was my 7th grade or 6th grade, I think. Does it say on here? I think I was in 6th grade, and this was that was my like geography
1980.
teacher.
I was 4.
I know his name was Mr. Hudson. He's right there. This is me over here with a Darth Vader belt. Darth Vader belt. So go figure there. Oh, there's me as a baby. I was fat. 3 months old, and I was 16 and a half pounds. It says Steven. That's my mom's handwriting. Here is me in a photo booth, apparently.
There we go. I drowned y'all in the sex pond.
And this, okay, now if you want to look at this picture over here, just to give you some context, that's me down here. That's my sister Linda. This is my brother Glenn, who passed away, and this is my brother David. So that's all the siblings right there. 2 brothers, 1 sister. So
you were an oops.
I was the oops later on. Here's another picture of me as a baby. I was just cute as a button. 6 months old. Right there, 6 months old.
Before you started gnawing your fingernails off.
It's just amazing to me to see that I had blonde hair and stuff. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here's more pictures. There's me under a blanket, and down here, and then there. That was out in the front yard.
Hey, you make that same face when you're watching TV.
And look, there's me sitting on top of a VW Bug, man. That car was probably almost new back then.
Brand new, state of the art.
that was the new stuff right then. There's me naked. You know, y'all can.
Hey, finally
keep your
got
jealousy
my shower
back.
pic.
There's a very old TV. You don't see these anymore. Look at this little stroller thing.
When y'all got a new TV, did you put that on top of the old TV?
Walker. Of course, that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
There's my little walker with wheels, metal with wheels. And the playpens, they don't make these anymore like that with netting. I was having a ball in that thing.
They do make them with netting, just not with that big a hole.
And then I don't know if Angela saw this picture. That's my favorite picture. I don't know why my hair was so blonde when I was young, but it was very blonde.
No, mine was orange.
Yours was orange?
Yeah.
I was 5 years old in this picture. Yep, 5 years old. This is me in kindergarten. Kindergarten. Where am I at in this picture? Okay, I'm not so
we
bad.
We can see you.
That's me right
Yeah.
there. See, Candy Cane City, which is now no longer Candy Cane. This is 1974 and 75. Very old. I remember in kindergarten where I learned, hey, I can't write left-handed. I'm going to be using my right hand to draw with. Now this is a little bit older. This is like elementary school type stuff. My hair had already started to change. I don't know why it doesn't show up, but the very front of my hair right here, I had like a widow's peak thing with blonde hair. It's not showing up much in these pictures. I had some pictures like that, but I know this was all fake. The apple and the stand was real. Everything behind me was fake.
Yeah, it's just a backdrop. We all went to school too and got school photos. We know it's all fake.
There's me again.
That's the original green screen, man.
This is Molly. She was the one murdered. That was my stepdaughter, and that's Luke right there. Not sure who the other two kids are. I'm just worried about the two important ones right there. Okay, see, I played a lot of baseball when I was younger. So there I am in the center when I played for the Chicago Cubs in Atlanta for some reason, or Continental Cubs. I'm sorry, not the Chicago Cubs. See, that's Midway. I knew it. Midway in 1976. There is me in my Cubs outfit in front of a Plymouth Fury. And
Christine.
that's me at
wrong
bat.
Color.
It's the wrong color.
Tetley says they had color pictures back then.
Yeah, right. They had color pictures. I think that's me right there. And then right here is when I played for the Red Legs. You can't really see because it's too far away.
But your legs are white.
Oh, here we go. Well, now you can see the Red Legs. I don't know. That one says I'm 8 years old right there. Look at the cleats back in the day, man. Those things will get so hot in the sun. Yes, Neil. Exactly. You're dead on the money. Did she take us to Sears? Yes, she did. I think his name was Mike Bell. That was one of our coaches. I pitched for this team also. I'm right there.
King Cobra said photographs. I thought he was going to be showing us cave paintings.
Here is where I played for the Yankees. I'm right dead center. Very simple there. This is 1978. And this is just old. And then this is where I played for the Indians. Now this guy here, I saved him from drowning. We went to it was basically like a baseball get together at this river / creek. I don't know what you want to call it. But he did not know how to swim. So why he decided to get on the giant swing and swing out into the middle of the water and then bloop, 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 I'm drowning. I have no idea.
Maybe letting go was not on his plan for that day.
No. So he ended up, I went out there and he tried to pull me under. Oh my God. But I knew how to flip him around and pull him over to shore. And that guy was so thankful. I can't even tell you. He followed me around like a little puppy for a long time. So I know this right here. That's Steve Dawes. I went to school with him. I think his name was Philip. I'm over here.
Oh, okay.
I should remember a lot of these guys' names, but I don't. I mean, that's a long time ago, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all the pictures. I got one more of me in the Indians. That's it. I have basically a couple of regular pictures. This is me when I played for the A's and I was the pitcher, and they had nice little cards made up for us. That's me with no shirt on. There's that. That's the Impala there. That's an old 1970 something Impala, and that's Clifford. I remember his name. There's the Red Legs. This is when I played for the Giants. I didn't have the nice jacket because it was too expensive. So I know I'm going to be one of these guys not wearing the jacket. I assume that's me right there. I don't know. Oh, and that's my brother David. And that's all the pictures I got. But there you go, Will. There's some pictures of me younger. I know y'all were looking forward to seeing that.
King Cobra said, shit, all them pictures and no dinosaurs in any of them.
Scuba's in the dress. But see, I look nothing like that now. My hair is no longer blonde and or brown at this point.
Yeah, so you said your hair was blonde, and I know I've shown you this picture before.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
That's orange.
That's weird because it's actually highlighting just
it is, yeah. But yeah, that was I was a little carrot top. That was red hair.
Well, you know, people that have blonde hair or I mean people that have red hair, it's always red. There's no I went from blonde to brown. No, if you're red, you're red. You're gonna stay red. There's no color change.
It got darker, but it's still red.
Well, there you go. But what else is going on, guys? So there's a lot of stuff that I waited until today, which we got paid today. So I waited to order for Munchkin. And some of the stuff unfortunately says it's not coming till after Christmas, which really sucks. But I figured I'd go ahead and order it anyway, just so I can get it. You know, I at least I got it. It may be coming a little late, but it's on the way. I tried, but a good portion of it's still coming before then. Hopefully, I left my headlights on there because one of my headlights went out on my truck, and I figured why not just. Well, obviously, you don't buy one headlight; you buy a pair. My daytime running lights are working fine, but that when you turn the headlights on, there's only one.
Tetley says you sound quiet now. Did your mic switch when you switched cameras?
No. Well, let me see something. No, it's back. It's normal. I'm probably further away from the mic, but now it looks like I got the mic right in my face. I'm definitely peaking. Sounds fine to you? Okay, thanks, Tony. Yeah, so I hopefully everybody else has most of their Christmas shopping done. I know a lot of y'all got it done way before Christmas, which would probably you're older than me, King Cobra. A lot of y'all probably got it done way before December, but we just had too much stuff going on before Christmas time because that's the way it worked out. Not to mention we got the wedding thing we got. Oh, look at the author is here. I'm so done with Christmas shopping.
I have a couple more things to get for the small people. But other than that, I'm done.
Yeah, if I was to read books, I would definitely read Michelle's books. My problem with reading books, and it's a personal problem. It's got nothing against any authors or writers or anything like that.
I can't read.
No, I can read fine. But when I get to like page 3, I forget what was on page 1. So I have to go back. So it takes me way longer to read a book than anybody else because I'm big time into
zero
details.
Retention skills.
For example, say on page 1, the guy is from whatever town somewhere and he owns a blue Mustang, right? Mm-hmm. And I get to page 3 and then all of a sudden I go, what damn color Mustang did he have? And I will go back 2 pages to find out what color Mustang he had. Just because I need to know those details because they may become important later in the story.
You're not getting on me right now. No, I'm not. I'm not catting.
You haven't even started Christmas shopping? Too early? Too early, Will? Oh my goodness, too early. It is not too early. I will give Amazon credit. Most of the stuff they have listed, especially if you click on like holiday deals, right below it, it will say, I raised my hand. Raise your hand. Keep it there.
Look, the cat took the opportunity
It's
get
not
back
working.
in my lap. Get out of.
There we go.
There we
Okay.
Go. No.
So.
No, ma'am. No.
I'll give Amazon credit. What I was going to say is they have listed under each item arrives before Christmas. Arrives before Christmas. People want to know that, like, hey, if I order this, am I going to get it by Christmas? So it tells you under each picture arrives by Christmas. There's some that I got that does not arrive by Christmas, and it does not say that under the picture either. But it's stuff that she wants, so I had to order it.
I mean, it depends on what gas station. Are we talking about Shell, or are we talking about Buc-ee's? Because both gas stations, vastly different purchasing options.
I got stuff. Woot was doing stuff, and every Wednesday, I won't say every Wednesday, but a lot of Wednesdays, they'll do stuff, and they put certain items up for $1. And if you get in and you're lucky enough to buy it, you can buy said item for $1. And then 10 minutes later, the price will go up. It may go up to $2, and you can still buy it for $2. Then it may go up to $5, $6, and then they go to the next item after that. But, so like one of the things I got, this is not going to show up very well, but this is it's a plunger and toilet cleaner. It's both. It's a toilet.
That better not be one of my Christmas presents.
Is it wrapped? Well, none of them's wrapped, but no, I was not going to. Here's a Christmas, babe. Here's a Christmas present for you, babe. It is a toilet scrubber. No, I would not do that. I got it because it was $1. Hey, Southpaw. The other thing I
would tell you where you would find that toilet scrubber.
I'll show you one thing I got for $1. Now we already had some of these, but this one, I mean, for $1, this is one of those insulated can deals. You can take and put your beer can in there.
We don't even use the ones we have.
Because we keep forgetting we have them. I have Yeti ones.
I don't forget we have them. I typically don't drink out of a can. That's what cups are for.
Well,
I am fairly certain I told this cat no.
This one's $1, so I couldn't complain for $1 for this. That's a good deal. So I like good deals. You got a bidet? Yeah. Tony, we have one too. I really enjoy being able to use that. It saves a lot on toilet paper. Just saying.
It's a little shocking in the morning.
It's shocking.
Especially in the winter, because boy, will that water get cold.
I should have used that box and put the Christmas present in it. Well, real men use bidets on high.
Hey, when you got it aimed right, that's not a bidet. That's an enema.
I guarantee that thing's an enema and a half. That thing is strong. And if you want hot water, even the ones that have hot water, you have to, because usually it runs off your sink water. You have to let the sink run for a little while for the water to warm up. Then you use a bidet, and then it'll be warm water. Otherwise, you're going to get a nice cold blast of water, which is not so bad in the summertime, but in the winter, that's not fun. That's very cold water.
Most of the time, it's not angled right, so you kind of got to squirm around on there to get the right spot. But boy, what it is, that'll get your attention real quick.
I tried it for the first time. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the shocker edition. Shocker. Hello. It is 16 degrees. Linda, we're going to be getting the same temperatures that you got right now. We're at 41 right now. So we're not even the freezing category. So we're in good shape.
Well, let's see. Yesterday, when I went to work, it was in the 70s. On the way home, it was in the 40s. And then last night, it got cold enough there was frost on the grass, so it was down in the 30s. Our temperature dropped like it saw a state trooper.
Full moon on Friday the 13th. Oh, Lord.
It is. My daughter was born on Friday the 13th, so.
40 degrees
Take
in
that
Raleigh. Yeah.
for what you will.
You know, if anybody gets snow, it'll be Will, and that's going to be, I believe, Sunday, the 22nd of December. Will might get snow. It will never cross the Virginia mountain range. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen.
It has happened. We have had
It's
snow
happened
here.
before, but it's not going to happen this time.
It might.
It's going to make it to Will's house and say, I'm done. That's it. So we won't get any snow, but I think Will will. Will?
Will?
Oh my goodness. What else has been going on? We have a Christmas holiday dinner luncheon that we're going to for work on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
The other people that's supposed to answer the phone have both called in sick 3 days in a row.
Oh, the one girl's supposed to do way more than answer the phone.
Yeah. So I've had to come to work. Usually on Fridays, I get to stay at home and work, which is nice because I can catch up on stuff I'm behind on. But not this week. I had to go into work, so I actually had to go to work today, come home in the dark, because once 5 o'clock hits, it's dark here. And it sucks. And then go, oh, look, the show's in a couple hours. Better get ready. There you go.
If I had the world's tiniest violin, I would be playing it for him now. What have I had to do?
Oh yeah, well, okay. Since we have nobody there and they're sick, she's been having to do her own recordings, which I know
not just my own, anybody else's too.
Oh, you got to do theirs too? Oh,
yes, great. They don't know how to do it.
I hear the cat. She must have got one of them scratch pads.
Yeah, she must be walking around with a nail file.
Any new toys? Let me think if I got any new toys that I can speak about.
No, he hasn't.
I don't
you didn't let me finish, right?
Oh, go ahead.
So I have been at work until at least 8 o'clock, pretty much every night this week. I'm tired. I'm cranky. So I told my boss, I was like, I want the title. Because he asked me a long time ago, where do you see yourself in a couple years? I said, I want to be a peon. I just want to go to work and I want to come home. I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to do anything. So after all this, I said, I want the title. He said, the title for what? I was like, whatever the hell it is that I'm doing. I want a title for that, because if I'm going to do it anyway, I might as well have the title. So he asked me something today, and he's like, as the new real estate operations manager, you want to join in on that call? And I was like, oh, is that my new title? I don't know if that's my official new title, but if it is, it sounds important. I'll take it.
As long as it sounds important, it's good. As far as the electric tandem bike, Tony, it's funny you bring that up, because the company I bought the electric scooter from, I mentioned to him, I was like, look, y'all make electric scooters. How about making an electric trike for paramotors? Now, I know that Flight Junkies has their little electric trike, but that thing weighs a ton. I want something for people that like flying foot launch and trike, but say they fly the trike that day and they land out and want to be able to cruise back to the LZ on an electric trike. That would be really nice. Instead of having to carry all that stuff, super beneficial. It doesn't have to go 15, 20 miles. It can go 5 miles. I think that would be plenty of range. And that's it. It doesn't have to add a lot of extra weight. Just one battery.
Did you share that video of the guy paramotoring on a riding lawnmower?
Oh yeah, I don't know if y'all have seen that video that's on Facebook. There's a guy that literally flew a riding lawnmower with a wing, and I'm like looking at that. And at first I was like, well, why didn't it yank him off the motor, the lawnmower? But he was strapped into the mower, so when the wing picked it up, it picked him and the lawnmower up at the same time. Now, obviously, the lawnmower didn't have a blade on the bottom. I mean, why have one
the
behind you
landing
and
probably was pretty
you
interesting.
could cut grass and fly, you know, but yeah. I just think that would be, you'd have to have a really big wing because that's a lot of weight. Those lawnmowers are not light. I mean, it's a great way to do it, but he could have easily just
I got the
glided
cat's
off.
Christmas presents. I got 3 catnip fish and then a big pack of random toys. So it's got the little fuzzy mice and the balls. Even though the one cat seems to just enjoy walking around yelling with my nail files in her mouth.
She does a lot of that. Yeah, Amazon lately, our last 3 deliveries, the 4th one they got right. The last 3 deliveries, the first 2 they delivered to the house right next door to us. So luckily that lady rarely ever comes outside. So we were able to go retrieve our package off the porch. Yesterday, I went to get, because, you know, my camera said, hey, there's somebody on the front porch. I went out there, and the address was clearly wrong. So I looked at it, and I go, damn, they brought the neighbor's packages to me. So
the neighbor on the other side, not the
the neighbor on the opposite side. So I went over to the neighbor's house to give them their packages. Lo and behold, my packages were on their porch. So I gave her packages and got my packages off the porch and took them back. I'm like, how many times can our houses are all clearly marked what number it is. If they took half a second to look at the address, they would see they're dropping them off at the wrong house.
The grouchy neighbor, right, has her address on the post of her porch. So literally, it is at eye level as you're walking up the stairs. Clearly has her address.
You know, you probably don't know this, but ours is also on our banister as you go up the stairs. It just hid because I got all those lights wrapped around it so you don't see it.
Oh.
But our mailbox has it on both sides. You can't miss it. So it's just like, dadgum, man. And there's no real way to call Amazon and say, hey, stop delivering to the wrong address. This is where I'm at.
No, except every time they say, how is your delivery? I mark it was delivered to the wrong address.
Yeah.
They've never followed up like, hey, did you ever get your shit? No.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I have, but that's not the point.
So, yeah, be careful with that. I mean, the only other option is you could have it delivered to one of the lockers. Heaven forbid they put it in the wrong locker, because that would really screw things up. What if you ordered something expensive and they took it to the wrong house? I mean, come on. Luckily, most of the time that stuff has come to the wrong address, it's been cheaper items. If it's something that expensive, like, say, that scooter, and they took it to the wrong house and they just took it, I'd be pissed.
Well, I mean,
They do
Amazon
take pictures,
seems to be
usually
pretty okay with you saying, look, it never arrived. It's not here. Well, we've got a picture. Okay, well, that's not my house. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, to a point. Now, if it's something like, say you complain on every Amazon delivery and say you didn't bring it here, send me another one, they're going to be like, yeah, right. So, I don't know. I got a big old bottle of juice. This is 500 mils in this thing. Will I ever get to it? I don't know, because I still got a smaller bottle of it. And then I got the one I'm vaping now is called Megan. It's a grape vodka cranberry raspberry. And it's weird. To me, it just tastes like a grape gummy bear. But it's good.
To me, it tastes like a really... you know when you make your own Kool-Aid by the glass?
That's true too, Tony. Porch pirates are a definite thing that happens. That's why I literally have 3 cameras pointing at my front door. 3. So if I don't
we
get
can
you
just
on one
watch
camera,
the people steal the shit off our porch.
yeah, we can watch them steal
there
stuff
he goes.
and yell at them. Hey, bring that back. But yeah, I got 3 cameras pointed at the front, so it's like if you get away with it, I got camera picture of you. Trust me.
Well, like I mean, I've received someone's Amazon package before. It was many years ago, but it had the correct address. It just nobody lived there by that name. Um, so I called Amazon and they're like, you could just keep it and we'll reach out and reship it. And it was a porcelain dog of I can't remember his name. It was from the Little Rascals, so it was the porcelain pit bull.
Yeah.
And the ugliest shirt I've ever seen in my entire life that I kept and wore just because, but it was like a denim shirt with like orange velvet collar with fall leaves on it. It was hideous.
Yeah, King Cobra, our streets are odd even. So the other side of the street is even numbers. This side is odd numbers. It's really hard to screw that up. I mean, we're in a cul-de-sac. There's no other houses. There's one house to our left, and they keep delivering there. You know, you say FedEx is worse, but they've actually brought to the right house every time.
Yeah, Amazon's but it's never when they're supposed to.
Yeah, not when they're supposed to, but when they do bring it, they actually bring it to the right house. Thank
FedEx, we'll get it to you whenever the fuck we feel like it.
They usually will underguess. They'll say, "Hey, you're going to get your package on Monday," and if they say that, it's coming Tuesday, guaranteed. It's always the next day. They're like, "Oh yeah, we expect you to get it," but it's always the next day.
They need to lower their expectations.
They never get your apartment number right. Well, see, that's what scares me about apartments. You know, if I lived in an apartment complex, I would be even more worried. Now, the good thing is you're pretty much always there, Linda, unless you're out walking or something. So if you get a package, you're going to know about it. Or if you know one's coming, like it says, hey, like especially Amazon, it's going to say, you should expect your package between 3 and 5 p.m. You know to be at home. Because if I lived in an apartment
complexes will let you do deliveries to the office, but shit, when I first started shopping online, I'd have stuff shipped to work instead of the house.
Do you see what she just did? Now she's trying to screw with my mind. FedEx. Then she goes, they never get my apartment number right. And then right after that, she said, I live in a house.
Well, that would be why her apartment number is never right, because she lives in a house.
You can't get the apartment number right if it's a house. So, yeah, that's going to be hard right there. Have I seen the video of the guy who made a package that shoots out manure? That shoots out. He collects his dog poop and sets the packages out to be stolen. I have seen similar videos, Neil. I have not seen that one, but I have seen where they set up packages for porch pirates. And the porch pirates, I've seen one, they had video cameras and everything inside the package with a glitter bomb and all that. And when you open it, they got you on video getting busted by the glitter. Pretty funny.
Okay, Paramount. They've got places like that here, but they're mainly in downtown Norfolk.
Oh, they have houses.
Really big old houses. They turn each floor into a separate apartment. I mean, I've thought about putting out decoy packages, but we haven't had anybody. I haven't read about any porch pirates in our particular neighborhood. I don't know that anybody would come down here because there's no easy way to get away. Because we are at the end of the street.
Well, I mean, we don't have to worry about so much somebody stealing packages. If you put something out even close to the street, it's gone. That's gone. It's gone. Because we got a junk guy. He don't care what it is. He's going to come take it. I mean, they're really fast. Well, hello, Kramer. You missed my younger pictures. You'll have to watch the stream back.
Gypsy Scott.
Second job. You go, Kramer. 2 jobs. I got a second job. That reminds me of what Eddie Murphy was like, I work 9 jobs. I got 9
Turn
jobs.
it into a Jamaican.
Yeah.
All the jobs.
There's Scott. What's up, Scott? You know, Scott's profile picture on his YouTube looks different than he does in real life. It's similar, but Scott was on Linda's channel yesterday doing a show. If y'all missed it, go and watch Linda's Treehouse. Yesterday.
I've seen that following the truck too. But like I said, we're at a dead end, so there is no easy escape route if they decide to do that. But I did think about just loading up my empty Amazon boxes with cat shit from cleaning the litter box. I mean, like, go ahead, steal that.
Yeah, honestly, if I wasn't getting older, I would build my own e-bike trike. It wouldn't be that hard to do, and I bet you Bill probably could do it too, or even John Wayne for that matter. It's not that hard. You basically just need a controller, a battery, and then a motor built into, I would say, the back 2 wheels. If you put it on one wheel, it's going to try to turn you. So you need to put on the back 2 wheels so they pull at the same time, or just the front wheel. That would probably be even better. Just the front wheel with maybe 1,000-watt motor on there, 750 to 1,000-watt, done.
Angela, my Christmas cookies are a pain in the ass, and nobody likes them but me and my sister. So,
notawheelchair.com. I'll have to look that up, Bill.
I'll have to check with her and see if maybe she wants to get together. Maybe me and Steve can go over to my sister's house and make Christmas cookies because she's got a far bigger kitchen. The cookies are easy to make, especially if you've got the cookie press, which I do. They're spritzer cookies, almond spritzer cookies with the royal icing. Nobody else likes them. I love them, but it really does take a long fucking time to put the icing on.
I have not flown my drone in probably a year, so it is definitely not me doing the drone problem right now. I personally haven't seen any in Virginia. No. Maybe we're just not the state to go notice all these things, but I haven't seen anything. No drones.
Yeah,
no
from
UFOs.
What I understand, they're fairly large drones too, which most of the drones that people have as toys are not that big.
Yeah, Neil, I mean, those batteries are too small. If I was going to do something like a e-trike, it would have 21700 Molicel batteries or Samsung and be at least, I'd say, what would be the low end? Maybe a 48 volt. If you go too low, it won't get up to speed. So 48 to 52 volts. They got 72 volt ones, that are crazy fast, but if you're going to take off with it, and the only reason I say you could actually use the e-bike to take off with it, and people are like, well, why not just use the motor, your paramotor to take off? You can use an e-bike and not worry about your lines you could have your motor running if it has a clutch. The prop won't spin. Hit the throttle for the e-bike, which is going to propel you forward fast enough to take off, and then hit the gas for your throttle and no cut lines. Zero. I just think it's a win-win. I don't know why they don't make them more in the market now. I mean, yeah, you could just use your prop, but a lot of people get their lines cut. I've seen many people get their lines cut trying to take off on a trike. That for some reason, especially if there's a lot of wind, because what'll happen is if you pull your wing up and there's a lot of wind, your trike will go backwards. And when that happens, your lines will go slack. When your lines go slack, they will come down in contact with your prop and it will chew them up like nothing, like butter. So that's why most people don't fly trikes unless it's very low wind conditions. You can fly in higher wind, no problem, but I would highly suggest trying to get the wing up some before you start getting into that gas. Yeah, I mean, Tony, it's a thing. It can be done, but realistically, who's going to do it? And I'm definitely not going to start a whole new business. Oh, I'm going to start making e-trikes. That's way too much work. Past my, you got to have a lot of money to do something like that, number one. But I would want the trike to be universal. There's so many trikes out there, but very, very few are universal that would fit almost any frame. So you have certain trikes for Parajet, you have certain trikes for whatever. And you want to be able to hook your trike frame to whatever paramotor you're flying. So I think that's a big bonus to have something that's universal. And even if it's the trike, say the trike is all the same, the mounts that actually hold the frame make multiple types of mounts so that no matter which way the frame goes, it can still be clamped down and you're done. Simple. No, it wouldn't add that much weight, not enough to cause that big a problem. I mean, say realistically, it might add 8 to 10 pounds if you put a lot of batteries in there, but the benefits you get from it would far outweigh anything. I don't see.
Why would you have to build your battery pack from scratch? They already exist.
They do have battery packs that already exist, but it would depend on what type of enclosure that you're putting it in. So for a trike, you would have to have something that's thin and flat. So you would want it small that basically would hook right up under where your frame mounted. So it would be nice and flat and aerodynamic so that it doesn't cause a lot of wind resistance. And then the controller would be built into that same box. The only wire you would have coming out would be for the throttle, which could be hooked to your foot. And the reason why I say to your foot is because you're going to have your hand. And I mean, this all makes sense if you guys think about it. So we're already using our hand for the throttle for the paramotor. So you have your motor running. But for the e-bike, you would want the throttle to be your foot. So you can basically have your foot on the pegs, push down, which is going to propel the trike forward fast enough to get in the air, and then just roll on the throttle with your hand, and you're in the air. Because if you did both hand throttles, you would either have a throttle in each hand or 2 throttles in one hand, which is not going to work because you would be pushing one and the other. But yeah, I really think that the throttle, you could even put a brake on the other side. So you could have just like a car, gas, brake. Because brakes are really simple to hook up on those things. It could be a hydraulic brake if you wanted. And then boom, done. Smaller than a wheelbarrow. Yeah, I mean, even the tire that's on the scooter I have now, which that's a 1,000-watt motor, I could basically tear that thing apart and turn it into a trike.
That's too small.
It's not too small. It's a 10-inch tire. What do you think is on the trike now? 10-inch
oh, wait,
tire?
on the okay, are you
on the big scooter, not that little
one.
bitty one. Oh, hell no. That's a 350-watt motor. It wouldn't even come close to pulling. But the 1,000-watt motor I got would work perfect. No problem. Now, the mounts for it are completely different. It wouldn't mount the way it is now, but it could be made to where it would work.
You need to reach out to your children to find out what they want for Christmas.
Well, I know what one of them wants. He always wants money, nothing else. He never has any kind of list. The oldest one, I don't even know. I don't even want to text back after the last thing he said.
You know, we can put a pin in that one.
So
no, but the younger one, if he wants money,
yeah.
He's gonna spend it on stuff he needs rather than stuff he
asked
wants.
for a very minimal amount of money last week, and I was like, you're gonna have to at least wait till I get paid, and then I don't mind sending you some money. But that's not
but he's
Christmas.
asking for money for like gas and shit. So if you give him money, he's gonna buy gas and food. If he wants something like a video game, or I know he said he wanted that light like you've got behind you.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Do you really want that, or would you rather have a video game or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can run some ideas by him and see what he says. But yeah, I don't know. Trying to keep them all happy is
put a pin in the oldest
really hard.
We can't afford therapy lessons or therapy appointments right now, but
I still have all my trash.
See, my BFF always wanted cash or gift cards. And I'm like, yeah, but if I do that, you're going to spend it on everybody else but you. So I refused to give her cash or gift cards. Well, I gave her one, but I also made sure I got a present just for her. No, John Q. He's just going through some shit.
Yeah, he's just going through some stuff right now. I'm sure he'll come around sooner or later. Hopefully. I don't know. I hate giving money. Yeah, I get it too. But yeah, I don't know. I'd love to I wish we could knock out part of the back wall and make our house bigger. That'd be nice.
No, because I have to clean it. And you would just fill it with more stuff.
Hey, that's better than having an empty house. I could fill it up real quick.
Yes, I know. So no, you know what? I'd rather spend the money on a dumpster. That's what I'd rather do.
Look, hold on. Reaching for it.
You give out the extra soy sauce packets No, John Q, keep the soy sauce, give out the duck sauce. Nobody uses that shit.
All right, I'm ready.
That smells weird. It picked up basement smell.
This has got a very long...
I'm surprised that fits on your big ass head. Didn't we have a problem with it not fitting?
It doesn't fit very well. I'll put it that way. It's very tight. I got a big head.
You do got a big head.
That's what she said. So yeah.
I look, I don't eat it either, but they insist on give it to me in my Chinese food. So
speaking of which, out of the blue, Munchkin yesterday was like, "Hey, I'm hungry. Let's go eat."
Not out of the blue. I've been craving Chinese food for like a month.
Well, yeah, you have, but I thought, okay, we're gonna go get wings. I don't want wings, so that came out really quickly. I'm like, okay, I guess we're not going.
Because I knew as soon as I said I'm hungry, let's go get something to eat, you'd be like, wings. No.
Even though wings would have been cheaper, we went to the Chinese buffet, which
about half the cost.
It was pretty decent. It wasn't the good ones over in Newport News, but that's too far of a drive. So, hey, Walter, what's going on?
It's only the good one because they have the coconut shrimp. Everything else is the same.
Their egg rolls were okay. Their spring rolls were terrible.
Somebody picked all the chicken out of the chicken and broccoli, so I had to wait for them to refill it.
Yeah.
It was good. I was so full.
Munchkin would fill up. She was getting rice and all. I don't get stuff. I had all meat.
You can't have chicken and broccoli with no rice. I'm
just saying.
That goes together.
The only thing on my plate was meat. I had the whole thing loaded with meat. And I only got 2 plates. I'm not going to say
I had a bunch of the soup crunchies too. Those are
those plates are not that. You think, oh, it's a normal size plate. No, those are smaller plates than normal plates. They, I had it full. That's for sure. Overloaded twice. They managed to finish it all, so I feel good about that. But we could barely move when we left the place. That's why
Yes, I was in
it's
pain.
like, man, I came back and Linda was on, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go into a food coma and fall asleep. I managed to stay awake, but it was bad.
It was good. I liked it. It was tasty. It was yummy.
Well, this is the thing, right? Because you were saying we can go get some. I didn't want to go to somewhere. Number one, the fast food places are expensive.
Well, fast food was
But
not an option. That is not what I meant when I said let's go get something to eat.
My point is, you can go there and get something to eat, but usually if I get fast food, we're going to pay the same amount of money, and I'm still going to be hungry after we're done. So if we go to a buffet,
Hey,
I can eat until I'm full. Wait, Breeze is here, and Breeze did not get to see my young pictures. Now I feel bad. You missed it, Breeze. I was showing my younger days.
I'm so sad that he died. I like John Panette.
Yes, John Panette was funny. You know he no more. You no come here no more. Eat salad. Good for you.
They don't have salad at Chinese restaurants.
Some of them have salad bars.
I've never seen salad at a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, I'm only going to show one picture, which is my favorite picture. There it is. I'll let Bree see that one.
Always dig a Chinese food buffet.
Let's see. It might show up correctly. It may not.
See, I'll eat broccoli if it's covered in either cheese or the brown sauce with the broccoli and chicken.
Wow, that really makes it dark, doesn't it? There you go, Breeze. There's me when I was 5 years old with the zipper, with the blonde hair. Kindergarten, but yeah, I was showing. If you want to go back and watch later, I showed all the pictures. That was basically all the pictures I have from my childhood, unfortunately.
Now, what was interesting though, this Chinese restaurant's getting into the spirit. They had a Christmas tree up and decorations. They had apple pie, a whole ass apple pie right there on the buffet.
2 of them, but one of them was almost gone.
I don't go to Chinese restaurants for dessert.
They had ice cream, but
Asians have a very different idea of what constitutes dessert. Like coconut jello. No. No.
Coconut jello.
Want that.
You want coconut jello?
They don't do sweet like we do sweet. So to them, coconut jello or vanilla ice cream is it.
You know what, Walter? I think it is. I used to like chewing, pellets for a BB gun when I was young. Those are lead. I think that's what happened to me. I got lead poisoning, and this is the result. So, yeah.
I did see an eggplant ice cream at Farm Fresh one time. See, I really want to try Indian food, but I am afraid I won't like it. But I do want to try it.
Walter thought that was funny. Well, I mean, I did. I'm being honest.
That explains some things, doesn't it?
They were very chewy. It was cool to chew on.
It's because it's lead.
It was bad. Yeah. I didn't know lead would give me lead poisoning.
I mean, we used to play with liquid mercury when we were little too, so I mean,
I've never really, I've had some Indian food, and it's never been that spicy to me. I know they have some that's spicy.
Well, it's probably because they were making it white people spicy.
Oh. No, I want.
From what I understand, if you get Indian spicy, it will fuck you up. But yeah.
Hey, what's up, Vapors Bad Boy? Yeah, I don't mind spicy. I like it as spicy. We're used to it. Well, I'd say we're used to it, but
well, I mean, I wouldn't go to India and eat their street food, but
right?
They use toilet paper here.
I would be worried about
and
that.
soap. I mean, do you not wipe with your hand? I mean, there's toilet paper in between there, but
Did we go offline?
How do you do it, John Q?
It's just showing a spinny screen for me. I'm trying to bring it back up. Connecting streaming software.
I see that we're on. So.
Now it's showing we're on.
I do want to try Indian food, but I don't know. I have to I have to get some recommendations on a good restaurant to go to and try it.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
I still see it. I'm watching the broadcast. And
I'm just telling you what I'm getting an error
Okay,
for.
well, it's a lie because we're right here. I don't see no buffering. Y'all experiencing buffering? I've only had pink eye like I think twice in my entire life.
I think I've had it once.
You know, you can wash your hands. I would hope anybody that's making my food is washing their hands. I'm just saying.
We've been pretty good, Vapor's bad boy. I will say I have had my eye cut one time. Clearly by accident. I did not know. This is back when I was playing baseball.
Well, if you've ever had children, yeah, they will claw your eyes out.
And I guess after a baseball game that we had, I got sand in my eye and I did not know. And I went to sleep. And the next morning I woke up, and as soon as I opened my eyes, I thought I was going to die. Because apparently that piece of sand had worked its way to the front of my eye, and the eyelid scratched across the very front of my cornea. And that was very the only relief to the pain, which is weird, is I had to hold my eyelid off of my eye. The whole time while I'm driving to the doctor, just to get some relief from the pain, I had to hold my eye. So when I got there, they numbed my eye. They basically glued my eye shut and said, don't worry about it. The eye's the fastest healing part of the body, which it is, but it still took a few days to, the pain was gone after they did whatever they did. But yeah, scratching your eye, your cornea hurts really bad.
Yeah, how about having little baby infant fucking razor blade fingernails scratch your eyeball? Ouch. That doesn't feel good either.
Horse pellets? Ugh. What's up, Arnie? Can you taste paint, though?
Hey, Arnie.
I hate the color pink. Refuse to have it anywhere near my eyes. Well, there you go. Pretty much, John Q. They glued my eyes shut, gave me some kind of antibiotics or whatever, and was like, "Yeah, get out." So they used cocaine. Maybe they did, Scott. I don't know. It was a while back, so it could have been anything.
I have a dilemma. So I bought a new blanket.
Oh boy.
It's great. It's huge. It's king size. It's super soft. However, one side is super soft. The other side is that Sherpa material.
Mm-hmm.
It sticks to my hands. It's snaggy on my skin.
Ow.
And it's the same kind of material where like you get little tiny floor debris that gets like stuck in the blanket, kind of like in your coat where you get like leaves and shit. I don't want to touch it. So
they still use cocaine drops. I don't know what they put on my eye.
I think they use lidocaine now, which is not cocaine.
They put something on there. The first thing I remember they put on my eye was a dye. It was some kind of ultraviolet dye, and then they brought the light out, and they could see where my eye was cut.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're messed up." And then next thing you know, they were gluing my eye shut. Yeah, don't try to open your eye. And they put a patch over my eyeball. And then they were like, okay, you're going to be sensitive to light. So after a couple days, wear these gigantic looking old folks sunglasses to keep the light off your eyes until you get accustomed to the light.
Well, that dye that they put in there will also dilate your pupil.
It did do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie never went after, I mean, she obviously, when she was little, she went after my earrings, and my sister's kids did too. But for some reason, whenever they pulled them out, they actually came out. They didn't yank my ear.
You know, Angela brings up REO Speedwagon. We went to that small concert they had for Air Supply at Busch Gardens. I was impressed, to say the least, at how well that guy still sings in his 70s. I was like, damn, it still sounds like from the recording studio. He was just as good. I posted it on Facebook.
The worst is getting head-butted by a baby because their head just bobbles around when they smack you in your chin and make you bite your tongue. Because what are you going to do? Yell at a baby? It hurts.
It's a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure, I know in March it'll probably be nice and warm in Florida, or starting to warm up, at least to a comfortable temperature. I would say during the day it'll probably be in the 70s, and at night it'll go down.
Get off me. You're not sitting on me. Go away.
Oh no. Now, Scott, I got to bring up another story now that you bring that up.
Got gasoline on your crotch?
No. The battery exploding that Scott's talking about. Now, when I was younger, I
can see you sneaking around.
15 or 16 years old. And this is back when car batteries were basically, they had liquid where you could put more water. You could add water to them if they start. So my battery was going dead in my car. I didn't realize that battery fumes were flammable / explosive. So the funny thing is, when this happened, it was dark outside, very dark. And I had two buddies with me. Now, I said, okay, I'm going to check this battery to see if it's low on liquid or acid. So I popped the tops off the battery. And the next thing I did, because I smoked back then, broke out my lighter. The funny part about that is, not only did I look down into the battery, but they did too. So we all were looking down at the battery when that son of a gun went off like an atomic bomb. Just exploded. All the battery acid went into our faces, into my eyes. That hurt very bad. Yeah, my battery exploded like you would not believe. Boom. So if you're ever checking your car battery in the dark or whatever and you can't see, do not use an open flame next to it. Just a little bit of helpful advice to you guys. Which now they're usually sealed batteries now, so you don't have to worry about it as much. But I would not get an open flame near a battery. It's very, very explosive, flammable. Did that a million times. I could have been rich.
Why doesn't she do this to you on
distilled
Friday
water
night?
For batteries. You're all right, John Q. But I was just trying to see if it was low. Like maybe a cell was low and it needed a little top off of either acid. Because back then you could just go in there and either buy a motorcycle battery, which comes with the acid, or just get the acid alone by itself, I think, in the parts store. But my dumb butt was like, oh yeah, let me use a lighter to look down in there. And that only lasted a couple of seconds before that thing blew up like just crazy. Boom. Now the gasoline on the crotch was a whole nother story. So I used to drive a Honda 250, CB 250 Honda, which was made back in the 70s. Now, this had a gas cap that comes down, and then it has another little latch that clicks. When you push it down, it clicks on. Mine was missing the clicker. So when you fold the gas cap over, it basically just sat there. And I was on Glenwood Road in Decatur, Georgia. I remember it very, very well. The light turned green. I was behind a car. The car took off. And for no apparent reason, the car slammed on the brakes. So I tried to slam on my brakes, but ended up hitting the back of that car, and my motorbike went up in the air. And when it did, the gas cap folds forward. So as I went up, the gas cap opened up and poured gas from my crotch up to my neck. It's pure gas. It's fine for the first 10, 15 seconds. And then all of a sudden it feels like somebody has a blowtorch right under your genitals. And that increases exponentially.
Passing nuts.
It gets really, really, I mean, like there's a flame that you could not believe. So they're asking me if I'm okay.
Fire down below.
And I'm like, hey, I need to get to a bathroom like really fast. Basically, I moved the bike over to the side and I went to a bathroom. And the only bathroom I could find was this old broke down gas station. Went in there. The toilet literally had grass growing up out of the toilet. So it was very old, but the water in the sink worked. So I literally stripped all my clothes off and proceeded to take a hoe bath in the sink. I washed my drawers, everything. That's the only thing that was unbelievable pain. The gasoline on the crotch, you don't want that, trust me. You open the cap. Yeah, so if anybody else has ever had gasoline on their crotch, you know what I'm talking about. And if you can get to something and get the gasoline off you quickly, like within a minute, it's not so bad. It took me over 10 to 15 minutes to get to this gas station to get that off of me. Let that burn in for a while. Yes, I have overfilled a Zippo and got that burn on my leg. Yes. Not only has that happened with a Zippo, it's also happened with cinnamon red hot juice when we vape. I don't know what tank it was. It decided to leak.
All your tanks leaking.
And if that cinnamon gets down near your crotch area, it's not as bad as the gasoline, but it really burns. It really burns a lot. So don't get cinnamon red hot flavoring, which I like vaping that. It's great. I got burned out on it because I vaped it for over a year straight. But it's still good to vape it every once in a while. But that stuff, that's a tank cracker for real right there. And it looks really weird if you let it sit. It kind of turns this cream color, but that's normal for cinnamon. Don't let that discourage you. I vape it anyway. Still tastes great.
Don't let DeMillen hear you say that. You're not giving me any sympathy for my blanket dilemma.
Your blanket dilemma? Oh, what's the dilemma about it though? It's a big blanket.
But the material is icky and it sticks to my skin.
It feels fine to me. I think if you throw it on the bed, we'll be fine.
It's like microfiber. It sticks like fucking Velcro, and I hate it.
He flew in the air. Wow, Angela, that's crazy. Let her talk. I'll let her talk, but she ain't saying nothing.
I mean, when I would imagine you jump pretty high when your batteries vent in your pocket. Oh, don't ever use Nair on your top lip either. It's bad news. It will give you chemical burns, and people will make comments.
See, Scott knows the cinnamon red hot look. Yeah, it turns to this milky. It depends on how you mix it, but yeah, it definitely comes out. Especially if it's cooler outside, it will turn into this milky looking juice. Because not only that, it separates. So the cinnamon will go to the top and the rest will go to the bottom. So anytime, if you're vaping cinnamon red hot, you have to shake that stuff up really good before you ever put it in your tank. And sometimes even in your tank, it'll separate. So you got to shake it up. You don't want to vape just a straight cinnamon because that's very strong. I can't hear Scuba when she talks.
Like I could overtalk his big mouth.
Anybody could overtalk. I don't have that big of a mouth.
Whatever. You did what, Angela?
I think the blanket feels fine. I don't know.
On the top, it's the underneath. It's that Sherpa material. My skin apparently is like super dry. So even walking across the floor, I can feel like the carpet sticking to my feet. And I'm trying to fucking this perimenopause stuff is fucking bullshit. That's all I gotta say. Everything's dry. Dry skin. Everything itches and is dry. There's not enough fucking lotion in the world. And
so another harmful story I will say that I've done that I'm not proud of. Speaking of Nair, I took Nair and I decided I was going to get rid of all my chest hair and stomach hair, all of that. So I rubbed it all over and let it sit. And it started to burn. So I got it all off of my hair and everything. The problem was you don't want to get Nair on your nipples. My nipples got crusty scabs on them for the next couple of weeks and hurt really bad. It literally felt like piranhas had been chewing on my nipples. So yeah, if you use Nair to remove chest hair.
Is that an experience you've had before?
Do not get it on your nipples.
Do you normally let piranhas chew on your nipples?
I'm just saying.
So my ex-husband wouldn't let anyone near his nipples because he is still traumatized from this, and I understand why. Do y'all remember when you were little and you were getting in the inner tube at the pool and that seam in the inside of the inner tube would scrape against your skin? Apparently he thought it ripped his nipples off, so you weren't allowed to even look at them or he'd get all weird. And just the thought of that seam scraping against your boobies gives me.
Will, do you not have the adapters? If you have a butane refillable lighter, you need to buy the butane that comes with the cap that has the multiple adapters in there and find the adapter that fits your particular lighter. If you do not have that adapter, then you will probably squirt butane all over the place. And that butane gets very cold as it comes out, so it'll freeze your hands. And it's also very flammable. But yeah, use the right adapter. Cinnamon vapes can numb your tongue. That ever happened to me? Not that I can remember, Scott. I mean, I've vaped a lot of cinnamon. It does seem to. What the good thing about vaping cinnamon red hot is I could vape that and it almost cleanses your palate so that you can vape another juice. Like I would vape that and then go back to Nilla Nuts. Like say you vape Nilla Nuts as an all day vape.
Hold on. Did you just tell Will Fly he needed an adapter to fill a lighter?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
The butane canister should fit right into the bottom of the Zippo to refill.
No.
Yeah, I've owned them before. I know how to fill a lighter.
How many lighters
Never had to buy an adapter. What?
How many lighters have you tried to fill? Lots of lighters have different types of connections on the bottom. There is butane canisters that you can buy that has 6 to 8 different adapters on there. If you do not use that adapter, it will not.
Well, I've only ever tried to
refill.
refill a Zippo because that's
Zippo is pretty
refill.
standard. It usually works without the adapter. But there's other lighters. I had one lighter that had the thinnest pin you could ever see in the center, and it took the smallest adapter that was on that cap to be able to fill it.
What do you mean, get her, Scuba? Angela, go slap him.
As far as the cinnamon red hot, yeah. Now, what I was saying is, if you vape Nilla nuts all the time, you may experience the hazelnut taste to drop off after a while. If you vape some of the cinnamon red hot and then go back, like vape it for like 5 minutes and then go back to the Nilla nuts, it'll be like brand new again. It'll taste like you'll get the hazelnut and everything, because it just resets everything. That cinnamon red hot will wipe a clean slate on your taste buds. Well, now King Cobra, you're not supposed to get too close to the hole if you're going to do that. So yeah.
See, John Q's got my back. Nobody use an adapter to fill a lighter, for fuck's sake.
I wish I still had one of the lighters.
Yeah, you gotta be real close. You gotta be real careful with the skin that does not get exposed to chemicals, or
one of the lighters that I had that needed an adapter, which you you no longer can get this lighter because it was a Marlboro lighter. It was
the ones with all the flashing lights.
Yes, flashy lights.
The butane containers work fine with that. I never had a problem refilling those. I miss my flashing light Marlboro lighters.
I don't smoke anymore, so I have no use for lighters. But I mean, except maybe lighting a candle or something. But I'm not going to go out and buy a bunch of lighters just to show to prove to you.
Maybe it was easier, but I've literally never had to buy an adapter. You just get a can of butane and you stick it in the hole and it refills it. Don't sigh at me.
Butane connections are different.
Yes,
sizes.
I heard what you're saying, but I'm saying I've never had a problem.
Butane will spew all over the place. I'm telling you, you need the adapter.
Who gives a shit about that? As long as the lighter gets filled.
Who gives a crap if I'm wasting half the can of butane just to try and get it?
Yeah, it's fucking butane, right? Whatever, I can buy more.
Oh. Well, number one, Will, hopefully you're turning the can upside down to fill it. That would be pro tip number one, because you can't have the can pointing straight up and try to fill it. You have to turn it upside down. So if you're not doing that, that's mistake number one. If it has a see-through window, then you can watch the liquid fill up. Now, I don't know about your lighter, but yeah.
King Cobra said last time I stuck something in the hole and filled it, I ended up paying child support.
Hey, amen to that, King Cobra. Not all holes are the same. That is true. Very true. All holes are definitely not the same. Was that what Will was trying to get me to say the whole time, was holes are different sizes? I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Will was
doing a roundabout
leading you
way
into a trap.
Yes. Will was trying to trap me. He was trolling me to get to say holes are different sizes. That's what he was doing. There's different size holes, and you need the right size tool to fit said hole.
I have a bigger question, Will.
Don't be a bull, wrap your tool.
What are you using refillable lighters for?
I've said that a lot, trash bag.
You don't smoke.
It must be Friday the 13th. I didn't see no darn meteor shower that we were supposed to be able to go outside and see. I didn't see not one. There was some poor guy live on YouTube like an hour ago, and he was sitting there literally live streaming, wasn't saying a word. And he finally answered somebody's question in chat, and he was like, yeah, I'm in Baltimore. And that's all he said, and just started staring at the screen again. There was no meteors, no shooting stars, nothing. I was like,
just
wow.
Staring at the sky.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you gotta at least talk and try and distract people until you see one or something.
I mean, does he? I don't know how many people were watching him just sit there and stare at the sky.
I did not pay attention to how many people were watching this stream. Vector, what in the hell are you doing?
You don't smoke. You only use it when you smoke crack. All right. So from a former, I know you're not supposed to light your bowl or your bong with a Zippo because it'll taste like butane. I don't know if the rules are the same for crack.
Crack you do not use a lighter for because it will basically melt the crack before you can actually use it. It's better
so it gets too hot for crack.
It's better to. Why am I telling y'all how to do? I'm not doing that.
No, I don't know. I don't even know how fucking spoons are involved. Okay, I don't know. I've never.
I'm just saying.
That's the one drug I've never done.
I don't think that's a good idea for me to sit here and tell you how you should light up crack. I'm not doing that.
I don't know. But okay, lighters are bad. We do know that much.
So what we have now is little plasma lighters. They're great for lighting candles.
Or zapping people.
Will. I don't think that's a good YouTube thing to be posting. Just saying.
Go on. Yeah. Hi, Scorpio. He said he just got here in time for the crack tips. Yeah.
The crack tips. For real, right?
Whatever,
Scorp shows up and he goes, is he talking about how to light crack? What the hell's going on?
No, you were talking about how not to light crack.
Well, there's a right way and there's a wrong way.
I don't know.
Not that I'm a professional or anything.
Can you vape crack? I don't think so. You can vape alcohol though. How to Smoke Crack by two middle-aged white people.
See ya, Bill.
Bye, Bill. Now I do know
see some
there
trike
was
flights, Bill. Get it done. I know you got a trike. I want to see it on video.
RG Blaze.
It's cold now, though. I give you some slack.
Used to vape. Okay, well, not used to. It was one night. It was like 3 a.m. and we dared him to try. So he was vaping different liquors, and it worked, but not all that well, just because it didn't work that great.
I appreciate.
But he
John
said whiskey vape the best. Look, I wasn't gonna bring that up. I was gonna take the compliment before he realized he gave it. Weight loss aids. Yeah, that might be a little extreme. You use a little torch for shrink wrap. Yeah, I mean, we've got the little electric.
It's not good for your heart.
Lighters, but what, crack?
Yes.
It's not good for a lot of things.
Well,
wallet,
but I mean, it speeds your heart up to an incredibly fast rate. It's very good possibility of having a heart attack or wearing out your heart muscle way prematurely.
I don't know. I preferred it in other forms.
Oh, I know Bill H can do it. He is a build master. Bill H can do it.
No, you're not getting on me. You already sat on me. You don't need to be up my ass constantly. I got a big chair, so you can lay down beside me right there. You don't need to be all up in my shit, kitty cat.
Now, I know Bill posted in the chat, like, what a good site would be go to, not a wheelchair.com, I think it is. I'll have to look that up, but I think building one of those, I could take my current trike and turn it into an e-trike. It really wouldn't be that difficult to do.
I value my sleep too much.
Welding might be an issue for me because I do have a little TIG weld. I don't know if
like
it'll
the
weld
smell
what
of it,
I
Tony.
need, but
all of that shit with the fentanyl and stuff infiltrating things has got me paranoid. So I think
Oh
I'm
my
pretty
God.
much done with all of that.
It's bad enough that YouTube comes after vape videos. Now we're talking about drugs. We're definitely going to be
Nobody's
struck
gonna
down.
come. Yeah, but we're saying what we don't do. So, I mean, although the basement could use a good organization, and that would definitely make it happen. But yeah, no,
Hey,
I'm
I
paranoid.
could weld, Tony. I took welding when I was in high school, but I didn't enjoy welding. But the welder I have, I don't have the right equipment to use. And it wouldn't be good for welding, especially aluminum. If I was going to use aluminum, I
Yeah.
couldn't use that welder. So
Now, see, that stuff now is too strong for me. If you can get me some Mexican dirt weed that takes like Tide, that's
yeah,
more my
fentanyl.
speed. This new shit is too much. I can't. Nope, too much.
Jenny Crank, meth.
That's what I used to do. I used to and then rearrange my shoes or clean out my closets or decide to reorganize my garage. So I was a blast.
Okay, Tony says they're getting rid of disposable vapes. I would like to see
I don't think they're
that's
going
not
to.
happening because the
I think
reason
Canada's talking about banning flavors, but I don't know.
disposable vapes have too high of a margin. What little money that they put into those and the markup on them, and as fast as they sell them, they're not going anywhere. That's the reason I thought at the beginning that pods would die off, but they started making them better. If they stayed the way they were in the beginning, yeah, they would have died off. But they started making pods better and better and better. And now they're actually not bad. So, and they have a lot more puff count, et cetera, et cetera. So people are starting to use those because your average new vapor does not want to learn how to build or make their own juice. So
No, they want it to be more convenient than
yes,
opening up a pack of cigarettes.
it's like going from cooking on a stove to a microwave. They're going to use the microwave if they can because that's the easiest way to go. Why is my zipper always down? Dadgum, man.
And here's the thing, right?
Yes,
So yeah, I
whippets.
do remember whippets. So I think if anything happens with vaping here, I know Trump is all big
See you,
for
Harry.
letting the states make the decision. So I think if he does that, like so say he takes it out of the hands of the FDA completely, right? And
Mm-hmm.
leaves it up to the states. The states are the ones that get money from the MSA.
Right. Because of
So,
the tobacco whatever act.
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So, if he leaves it up to the states, then I think it's going to be, I don't think anything's going to change because you have states like Michigan where flavors are banned. You've got like Virginia where you can still get flavors, but there's a tax based on the nicotine amount. So the higher the nicotine, the more expensive it is. Um, so you've got states where you can't buy it at all, like not Arizona, where Arkansas, where
Massachusetts.
Aries was. Yeah, Massachusetts, not Michigan. So yeah, but what candy flavors? There's a lot. They only want you to do tobacco, but there's so many different flavors of tobacco. So I don't think anything's gonna change. I don't think anything's gonna change at all.
Getting rid of
Um,
all of it. Yeah. So what would you suggest, Vapors Bad Boy, if we get rid of all of it? There is no like you think that everybody that has managed to get off cigarettes and start vaping are just gonna go to quit cold turkey everything? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. If that was the case, I wouldn't vape or anything. I would have vaped long enough to get me off the
but
cigarettes and
here's the
just
thing,
quit.
they can't get rid of all of it because there's always somebody willing to break the rules, right? Always. I mean, how long has weed been illegal? It's still illegal in some states. That
Yes.
has literally never stopped anybody. It's just going to be harder to get. So the people that are going to suffer are the people that haven't started yet. I don't think they're going to ban pods. They might make it way more difficult to get a hold of. But as long as you have friends, you can get somebody to ship that shit to you. Yeah, see, he's in Kansas. He can still do it. So I mean, it's
It's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially that
and
stuff
see,
that.
Neil, I bet we could find somebody that would ship whatever you wanted to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Certain
Matter of
companies will
fact,
ship anywhere. They don't care.
if you join the group, we can tell you exactly who to go to get whatever you want.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting. Grim Green.
I don't need anybody telling me what's good for my health. I'll make that decision.
Yeah.
If I'm not hurting anybody else, then it's nobody else's business.
I won't do shrooms again.
Oh, why not? That's fun as fuck. I got the hookup now. I can do it. My boss was talking about cannabis today. Cannabis.
It was only good the first time.
Yeah,
It don't seem to do anything.
He was, well, you didn't take enough because I went easy on you because you'd never done it before. So you got to get more. But no, my boss was talking about, I guess, some event that somebody else is going to.
They taste absolutely terrible.
That's why you got to mix them with like popcorn, but you need puffin corn because you can't have popcorn. He kept referring to it as cannabis, and he's like, but that's what's on the sheet. And then he mentioned one of the agents, and he's like, can you believe that? And I'm like, absolutely. How can you tell? I said, because we can pick each other out. It's very easy to tell. And he's so innocent. He's very innocent. Well, I mean, John Q,
Ship it.
I'm sure you can find that on the internet somewhere.
Eat shrooms with Fritos.
Yeah, you can do Fritos.
That's not a bad idea, Breeze.
Anything crunchy and strongly flavored. Katie and Patrick make tea out of it.
Shroom pizza back in the day. Yeah, I mean, they were good. I know the first time that they gave me some, I didn't want to try a lot because I am a lightweight for stuff like that. But yeah, I remember laughing a lot. But the next time
he didn't get that nauseous feeling, you know, that feeling that hits you like you're about to barf that lasts for about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I did not get that.
So I could tell he didn't get enough. You needed a little bit more because until you get that, oh, I'm about to hurl feeling, that means you didn't have enough.
I'm about to hurl means you ate a bunch of bad stuff and your body's telling you get it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it goes away quick. I've never tried that, Scott. Mm-mm.
So the liquor store has got a bunch of sales going on now. You can get like Jim Beam with a glass. They have rum chata with a glass. They have Maker's Mark with a glass. They had another brand. I don't remember what it was, but it came with a shot. It's shot on one side, double shot on the other side. It was the metal thing to measure a shot. That was pretty cool. But they wanted too much for that. The Jim Beam was the cheapest one. It was like $18. But neither one of us really drank Jim Beam. That's because Jim Beam's
nasty.
So I just wanted the glass. The glass looked cool. But I put it back. I had it in my hand. I actually put it back and ended up getting a pineapple cream rum chata. It's like that's the brand is rum chata, but they had it. It was $24, I think. So I got that. But
see, if you spent $24 on that, you could have just got me the salted caramel Baileys, and I would have been happy.
They did have churro flavored Baileys, but it was not cheap at all.
Okay, that's just regular rum chata, though.
No, I got pineapple cream rum chata. I can taste the pineapple really strong in it.
That's not what I meant. You said they had churro flavored Baileys.
Yeah.
Rum chata is essentially churro flavored cream liqueur. So you yeah.
Wacky tobacco. Yeah. College days were awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when I was a teenager, I did a lot of stupid stuff that I shouldn't be doing. Oh my God, Gailey, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in so long.
Is that a Gailey Pops?
It is Gailey Bop. She just popped in.
She bopped in. She bopped on by.
She bopped in. Got to do the Gailey Bop. Everybody do the Gailey Bop. Yeah.
So we still don't have any wedding plans at all because I haven't made any.
Yeah, Munchkin is slacking on the wedding plans, so I don't know when we're getting married. It's gonna be sooner or later.
I don't know what date it should be.
Which laser light thing, Will? Because I have multiples, I just want to know which one you're talking about. I have multiple laser light type things. So if you mean this is technically not a laser, so I don't know if that's what you're talking about, or if you're talking about this laser I have on my desk, which you probably can't even buy anymore because it's a 5-watt laser. It's very strong.
I think he was talking about the laser thing behind you.
What laser thing? There's no...
That thing behind you with the big ass...
This is not a laser. This is a 3D LED holographic.
You know what he meant.
The one behind me with logos. Yes, I do still recommend it. It is still $99 the last time I checked on Amazon. I do need to load more images into it. That's my bad. I don't think about it until showtime, and then I'm like, damn, I should have put more logos on there. Because I'm sure there's a lot more now that I haven't even looked at. But there's an app
to figure out
that does it.
The accommodations too. Because right around now, the beginning of the year is probably a better time to book it so we can get a better price.
Well, Gail, what fun is not getting into trouble? You got to get into trouble sometimes.
Well,
it's not the same without you around, Gail. So you should come around more often. I'm still here doing my show for the last umpteen years. I've been here. I will be here. I'll be some retired old man. What y'all doing this weekend? I can see myself never,
I think it's cute. You think we get to retire.
Oh, no, we never get to retire. Yeah, we're going to be working forever, but. Oh, you're off for school break? Well, that sucks, Angela. We are definitely not on break. We just picked up in business again.
Well, when I leave the office on Christmas Eve, I'm not coming back until January 2nd. So good luck.
Yeah, so Munchkin's going to be taking vacation, and I will be at work, which is going to be so weird. But they'll probably be trying to make me take stuff home for her to do. Just knowing the way our office is designed, they'll be like, hey, can you get Munchkin to do... Well, they're not going to say Munchkin, but they're going to... Hey, can you get her to do this or do that? And I'm like, no, she's on vacation. Leave her alone. It'll be hard enough just to keep her off the computer because I know she can't resist going on there. Oh, I got to see what emails I got. And
you're going to be messaging me, asking me questions.
I rarely ever ask you questions. Now, the new girl, she's going to be asking you a lot of questions. I can see that coming. Well, of course, Linda. I don't mind. I mean, now, like I said, I was in kind of a food coma because we went and ate a buffet where I was so full. And, you know, I used to make fun of my brothers because when they would eat Thanksgiving dinner, they would go in there and fall asleep in the chair. And I just thought, oh, they're just lazy as hell. And now that I'm older, I see where they're coming from now. There's Bandit.
I cannot see through your big giant body.
That cat right there that's in front of her is definitely a daddy's boy cat. That cat has to come tell me good morning every morning. And at night, he will come and lay on my chest right up in my face until he feels like he gets enough pets. And then he'll leave me alone so I can go to sleep. But I think the reason I wake up early some mornings is because he comes in there and probably pecks at me. And by the time I wake up, he's already gone. But I know it's him.
You're gonna... No, because he's usually sitting by on my bedside table looking out the window.
If the other weird thing is, like, when I lay down at night and I pet him and he's good, right, he'll leave. If I even barely move, like say I go to reach for my disposable or something on my bedside table, he is right back up on the bed. Pet me more, because I know you're not asleep yet. So come pet me more. That cat is, and he's so damn heavy. That is not a light cat. When he gets on my chest, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I drowned you in the sex pond again.
Please move your feet because you're killing me. Drown again. Zan does that to you, Gail?
He stands on your chest?
If Zan does that to you, I gotta see that. Zan gets all the way up on your chest, right up in your face. Hey, Gail, you want to wake up? How you doing?
Linda.
Every morning, every night. How you doing, Gail? What's up? Oh my goodness.
I mean, he did just treat the water, so at least it's clean. It's a clean sex pond.
Right? Yeah, the hot tub's ready to go, but honestly, I don't mind getting in there when it's a little cool outside. It's been cold the last few days.
Don't be a wussy.
What happens when
I'm
it
more
gets down to
concerned about
17?
sticking my foot through the damn deck and breaking my ankle.
What happens when it's like 17 degrees outside?
Wear a robe. There's a lot of new loins fans.
I don't think that the hot tub will freeze because it's got a heater built into it, but that's going to really bring the temperature down in that hot tub. I can't see how I can stay at 104 when it's 17 outside. There's no way.
I know.
There's no way. Hold on, I'll be right back.
What'd you do? I think it's the perfect weather to get in the hot tub. The problem is getting out of the hot tub. That's when it's going to be kind of chilly. But I made sure that I have terry cloth robes for both of us. So not only when you put on your robe, it's going to like absorb the water and help dry you off. But yeah, it's got a cover on it. I really want to rip that deck out. I really, really do. I'm over it. I found that place where we can get the pea gravel shipped. It's like $400 for like 3 tons of gravel. The only problem is there's a car missing a wheel in my driveway, which is where the gravel would need to be dumped so we could wheelbarrow it around to the back.
The car in the driveway, I found where I can get the parts separately, but by the time I bought every single part, it would be so much easier if we could find one at like a pull apart and I can yank that whole section off.
You haven't been looking. I want my car back.
Well,
I hate driving that little white car. I want my car. I want my car.
That's how we get it done. I mean, because otherwise, I would have to buy it piece by piece, and by the time I pay for it, would be so much cheaper just to get one from pull apart that isn't.
How much cheaper? because
lot cheaper.
we're not gonna find a car like mine at a junkyard
Yeah,
because
you
either
will.
they're completely demolished or the people are still driving them.
No,
But look, when you go look for used cars, they're not for sale.
If they're newer cars, they're really hard. You're not gonna find it at the junkyard. But older model cars, like
It
yours,
fits
is
the
not
neighborhood
really
junkie.
new, so you can find them in the junkyard.
No one's gonna notice my car just because the guy across the street.
It does have a cover over it, Will, but it's kind of like, how cold do you think your AC is going to get your house? I mean, you can get it down pretty cool, but it also depends on the outside temperature. If it's colder outside, obviously your AC will do way better inside.
It's up on a jack, junkie.
The hot tub is the same way. I mean, it'll get it. I don't know. I'll have to see. Can it keep it at 104? I know what would happen as soon as you take the cover off, it's going to start dropping temperature because it can't maintain that heat out in the open air.
Yeah, but we've been in there when it's super cold.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't super cold.
It only got down to like 97.
At the lowest, it was like 40 something degrees. I'm talking 17 degrees. That's crazy.
I mean, it's not going to stay 17 degrees.
Give her a 3-foot crowbar and turn her loose on that deck. You know, Wally, we could both go crazy on that deck and get rid of it, but we need to have something ready to go in place of it. I don't want grass to just start growing rampant right there.
Regular grass is better than what's there now. Straight up grass is better than what's there now.
It is it's just messed up. They did a really crappy job of whatever deck they did.
Good night, Gailey.
All right, you too, Gailey. Thanks for stopping by.
It's not jacked up very high, John.
3 a.m.
So,
it's 3 a.m.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, they didn't treat the wood, so it's falling apart.
Well, I mean, it's not only that they not treat the wood; it's basically pallets that they hook together. I mean, come on, pallets are made out of
the wood is not. They put actual deck boarding on it.
On top of pallets.
On top of pallets, yeah. And then didn't treat it.
So I don't even think if we treated it, it was going to save it. That wood was not good quality wood. You could tell.
That's why I want to treat the steps front and back before it does the same thing.
Yeah. Well, that's thicker wood, so we might get away with that, but the witches. I get your subtle statement there, Frankenmeiser. It'd be nice if we had more vape shows, but they're all basically gone. I know Benny Vape still does his show, and I think Simon does his show. Other than that, I don't think there is any. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Victimonium has moved over to Rumble and whatever else he can try to make money from, because all of his symptoms will not allow him to have a regular job. So I don't know. That's why it's even if I had a bunch of subscribers, which I'm losing. I lost 3 subscribers in the last month already. So I lose as many as I ever gain. I lose subscribers. So my amount never goes higher. It stays fluttering in the same area, which is like 1938, I think is my subs count, which is ridiculous. I've seen people that have posted the most boringest videos I've ever seen have like 20,000 subscribers. So just depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about vaping, you're not going to get subscribers. If I would have set my channel up originally for paramotoring and only talked about that, I probably could have got some subscribers, but it's too much work to be able to build your sub count. You got to be good at video editing, and you have to post constantly. And just not going to happen with me. I'm in a no-fly zone, basically, because of the Class D airspace. I don't feel like calling Langley every 5 minutes. Hey, can I fly now? Can I fly now? I'm just not doing it, so. Usually when it's a nice day, I'll either fly here, and if that happens next year, and it's nice outside, I will call Langley, because I got the nerve up and I called them. They were just happened to be closed that day. I was hoping I was going to have my first conversation with them, but nope. So I'll try
Finally
again.
got the nerve up and nothing.
Yeah, I got the nerve up to call them and nothing. And then found out, so I double checked. I called somebody else. Nope, they're closed. Well, I guess I'm good to go. So I took off, but.
And then got a visit.
Yeah, from the FAA. Really?
I remember you didn't get in trouble, so.
I did not get in trouble, but they don't want me flying that close to the Air Force base, is basically what they said. I keep doing what you're doing, but more streams will be running. Playing games would be nice. Yeah, I don't mind. I just finished Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. If you have Xbox and you have not played that game, that actually was, if you've ever seen any of the Indiana Jones movies, I think they did a pretty damn good job. I mean, it was Todd Howard who did Fallout, but Machine Games is the main producer for that, and they did a damn good job. It's got puzzles. It's an open world pretty much, and a lot of moments remind you of watching Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. It just really, because you got your whip, and then the hand-to-hand combat is hard until you learn how to block and punch back, but it's a good game. I liked it. Beat the whole thing. It only came out, 2 days ago? Beat the whole game. And it's not a short game. It's just, I played it constantly until I beat it. Thanks, Cloud Chucker. You've been quiet tonight. You just showed up at the last second. I do a lot of flight simming. You know, Trash Blag, I have that flight simulator for my...
Did you call him Trash Blag?
Hey, you hush. I can slur my words. I haven't... The last time I tried to put on my headset is when I was sick and I was coughing and it made me pass out. So I haven't put it back on, but I did enjoy playing it. I want to try it again.
Where is it?
It's right here.
Because I really enjoyed putting it on and just doing that.
What
was it called? Wander.
Yeah, Wander.
And just like picking a random place on the globe and trying to figure out where the hell I was. That was fun. I like that.
There's people on the internet that's all they do is they try to figure out where the heck they're at, or where, they'll show you a picture and you try to guess where you think it is. And usually you're way off.
It amused me. I enjoyed that.
Now that flight simulator has probably gotten a lot better because I was one of the first guys to download it, and he was like, well, what can I do to improve it? And I told him, and he did a lot of those improvements. The main thing is the first time I played it, it made you really nauseous because your head movement and everything, the sky would move around and it would make you dizzy. So they fixed that, and now it's not so bad.
I got to play Skyrim with the virtual reality, and that was cool.
You could
actually throw fireballs with your hands, which is fucking awesome.
That is cool.
It is cool.
Well, what is next? Let's see what next week will be. We're going to be getting close to, why can't I bring this up? I can't even bring the stupid Windows 11. Well, next week will be like the 19th or something. I don't know.
The 20th.
The 20th? Okay. So we'll be really close to Christmas. So we'll have our Christmas show on the 20th because Christmas will happen before our next show. And then we got New Year's Eve coming up after that. It's just going to be a bunch of parties. So we should have a Christmas show next week. We'll figure something out. I hope you guys have an excellent weekend. And y'all stay out of trouble. And
or
try
not.
to be nice to your neighbors.
Depends
Keep
on
everybody
what you
happy.
want to do.
And be patient with the mail because they are doing the best they can with what they have. There's a lot of slow mail right now because 8 million people are ordering online. But you guys have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.